Hello folks, my name is Jenna from Golden State Times. Welcome back to the newsroom, and today I have a breaking news story. This one comes courtesy of goldenstatetimes.com. Again, that's www.goldenstatetimes.com. And as you guys can read by the headline, Republican lawmakers are now reacting to the DOJ release of the heavily redacted Trump Affidavit. So once again, this comes courtesy of goldenstatetimes.com, and it says Republican lawmakers rip DOJ because of the heavily redacted affidavit regarding the Mar-a-Lago raid. And they said, quote, so much for transparency. So much for transparency. Let me show you guys real quick how that affidavit actually looks. Pretty much like this. Over 20 of the 36 pages look exactly like this. All the stuff that is unredacted is just general information that you can open up a law book and see all that information on there. All the other pages is just all general information. But all of the real information that have to do with this case has been redacted. And that's the reason why Republican lawmakers are angry. Lawmakers are outraged at the heavily redactions in the much anticipated affidavit used to justify this month's raid on President Trump's residence. Florida Magistrate Judge Bruce E. Reinhart unsealed a redacted affidavit Friday that the FBI used to obtain a search warrant for the Mar-a-Lago raid on August the 8th. So Republican North Carolina Representative Dan Bishop wrote on social media, so much for transparency. Let me show you guys real quick. So Representative Dan Bishop says, so much for transparency. It says that approximately 20 pages of the 38-page affidavit were either significantly or fully redacted. Just like I showed you guys right now, they look exactly like this. Over 20 pages of it looks exactly like this. All the information, probable cause, information that they got, who they got it from, what they actually picked up at Mar-a-Lago, at what time they got there, all that stuff is completely redacted. It shows absolutely no information about the raid itself, the probable cause that led to that raid, or what happened during or after before that raid. Nothing. Everything is completely redacted. According to the affidavit, it says, quote, the government is conducting a criminal investigation concerning the improper removal or storage of classified information in unauthorized spaces, as well as unlawful concealment or removal of government records. Now, all of that they said, the DOJ said, is complete and utter hearsay. There's no truth to it at all. So, also on social media, Representative Andy Biggs said the following. At the Justice Department, this is unacceptable. The American public deserves more transparency. In other words, we need to know the reason why, or whether they thought that they have enough probable cause to raid Mar-a-Lago, which they gave none. Representative Elise Stefanik, Republican of New York, told reporters, quote, if Joe Biden and his politicized Department of Justice believes that today's release will be suffice as justification to raid President Trump's and Biden's most likely 2024 political opponent, they are sorely mistaken. And that's true. Trump is Biden's number one, most likely 2024 political opponent. And that's the reason why they're weaponizing the DOJ and FBI to go after a political opponent, which is, I think it's illegal, to be honest with you. She went on to say, quote, the American people deserve transparency and not an outrageously heavily redacted affidavit to cover up for and politically protect Joe Biden and the FBI for this dangerous and un-American overreach. At least Stefanik also promised that the House Republicans will hold Biden's DOJ and FBI accountable for their blatant weaponization against their political rivals. Very true. It says that the FBI said that it had, quote, probable cause to believe, hearsay, that additional records containing classified information, including national defense information, will be found on the premises of President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate beyond what he had already previously turned over to the National Archives and Records Administration, according to an unsealed and heavily redacted affidavit used to justify the raid that was released today, Friday, around noon. So it goes on to say that even the reasons for the documents' redactions are themselves redacted. So in other words, they had to justify why the documents was completely redacted, but the justification for the redactions was also redacted. That's how stupid this is. It says that one passage of the affidavit attempts to list reasons to keep portions of the text blacked out. Itself completely blacked out. So the reason for the redactions has to be redacted because the redactions of those redactions have to be redacted. It's crazy. So it says, quote, these concerns are particularly compelling to this case. As explained in the affidavit, page 9 of the affidavit begins, the following text is then blacked out with redactions for 17 straight lines before continuing. In short, that the government has well-founded concerns that steps may be taken to frustrate or otherwise interfere with this investigation if facts in the affidavit were prematurely disclosed. So in other words, we cannot be exposed for our lies and deceit until a certain time when our lies and deceit are in the open, pretty much. And I think that that's the reason why President Trump wants to get something known as a special master. Someone that is neutral, that can go through all of the documents that the FBI seized during that raid. So maybe he can release some of those documents and show that the classified documents that, according to the FBI, President Trump had at his home were completely declassified by President Trump before leaving office. Because that's the way that it is. Again, he declassified all that information. All that information is completely declassified, and it was declassified before President Trump left office. And declassified by President Trump. Why? Because the President of the United States can declassify stuff at will. He doesn't need special permission. He doesn't need Congress. He doesn't need anybody in order for him to declassify information. But they don't care that there is a stamp at the bottom that says declassified on it. They just care what's on top where it says classified. But only time will tell. And two things can happen. Either the documents get released so people can see those stamps that says unclassified, or those documents get leaked, which will be the best way. If those documents get leaked and it shows that those documents have been declassified, then this whole thing is out in the open. And it once and for all proves that the Biden administration weaponized the DOJ and the FBI to go after his political opponent. Something that really only happens in third world countries. But it looks like the U.S. is getting to that point under Biden. We are now becoming a third world country. Crime is through the roof. Everything in stores is now locked up. Inflation is out of control. Our money is not what it used to be. Everything is extremely expensive. Gas is at over $5 a gallon. We are now entering the phase of being a third world country, an unsafe third world country at that. And it's all because of Biden, but now he's using the IRS, the FBI, and the DOJ to weaponize it and use it against not only his political opponents, but the American people. So let us know what you guys think about this whole situation in the comment section below. Do you guys believe that the Republicans are going to do anything about this once they retake the House and the Senate? Or do you think it's just going to be business as usual? Oh, let's go back to doing whatever our masters, the Democrats, wants us to do. Keeping the status quo intact. Or do you guys think that the Republicans are also going to do what they're promising to do to the American voters right now? We're hoping that all of those promises by Stefanik and everybody else that is running for re-election in the House and the Senate are actually going to go through with it. And it's not just talk in order to give votes. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, we encourage you to subscribe and click that notification bell. Share this video on social media and visit our website, goldenstatetimes.com. Again, that's www.goldenstatetimes.com. Also, make sure you guys check out our previous videos. If you'd like to help out Golden State Times continue operation here on YouTube, we encourage you to check out the join button. Click the join button. It'll give you all the information to become a member here at Golden State Times. We thank you so much for your consideration becoming a new member. If you've already been a member, thank you so much, Great Patriots, because you guys keep us alive here on YouTube. And I hope that you guys join us on the next one. But if you do not want to become a member, thank you so much for your consideration anyways. And all we ask, if you can please share the video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thank you so much, folks. We hope that you have a blessed rest of your day. God bless every single one of you guys. And I'll see you on the next report. But until then, my name is Jen, and I'll see you soon. Peace.